the thing to remember is, so we've given you the dimensions of the face of it, but of course if we need to wrap it around, you're going to have to leave like a margin around the edges so that we can actually attach it to the frame. Does that make sense?
So this will be covered with canvas or pieces?
It could be covered either way. And my vision for this large element is that we create like a scene on it. And it could be, remember the image that I showed you that was sort of the inspiration for the Victorian backdrop? We could paint some sort of scene on it like that. I'm not going to prescribe that it be exactly that, but I think something along the lines of that, with that mood and that tone and some of the architectural elements, something like that would be really nice. Originally, I talked to Shayla and Andy about doing the printed material for the big backdrop pieces, and then for painting to work on the palanquin. But I'm actually thinking that it might be nice to do a combination where you guys do maybe the big Victorian backdrop and then the palanquin. And I just decided this today because I was thinking about Shayla and Andy with their classes, their printmaking classes. They're going to be creating repeat patterns of motifs. So they're going to be creating like some repeat patterns of stones for us, let's say, like stones. And then we can just like layer in stones wherever we want on like the big archway. Or we can take the stones and we can put them on those pedestals for the candelabras. Then they could also make a repeat pattern for, let's say, I don't know, let's say a staircase element or something like that. So we could have them do repeat pattern things that could be architectural, and we could actually collage them in through a painting as well. That's a possibility too. I'd really like to put forward like a general idea and say, this is your canvas, and then y'all put forward like a proposal and see what you want to do with it. Then say, this is what I want, and you know, like make it.
It might not be a bad idea, though, to kind of use these images and to have more of a direction for
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want you to use the images that were the inspiration because we picked them because Nick and Nicole want that to be the vision for the project. So it is important that we have the unity for the project, and it is important that we have it like a shared vision for the project. But also, you know, your ideas are welcome. We just need to like maybe, you know, just talk about them and see where we should take it in what direction. So, can I walk you next door and show you the palanquin? Any other questions in here?
Where's the bride and groom going to be standing in relation to this?
They're going to be moving around. They're actually going to be moving to each of the summoning stations too. So they're going to walk through the archway. They'll be part of the summoning stations. Yeah.
So, from what the design is, this is going to be on like left-hand side. Just working with perspective and whatnot.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, on the left-hand side. Yep. Oops. I got rid of the regular. It's not bolted in. Well, you get the idea. This is going to have fabric draped across it at the top. And we actually have already built the poles, and the poles run through these holes here. So, I'll show you what that looks like.
you pick it up, you have to carry it.
Oh, how did it float?
I was like, is it supposed to hook up to something?
Oh yeah, thanks. So this is picked up by 8 people. So we're gonna have to make little handholds in here so that it's easier to grip. And there'll be 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back, and then the same on the other side. And then we'll carry the wedding couple in this little stand. I do studio. I think I told you, Nick is a photographer. He got his BFA in photography here at UNF. And so he is staging a studio photo shoot tonight with him and Nicole, with some props and things like that to create this image that you guys can use as a reference. So that can be for the backs. Now, the rest of it is kind of a little bit more open-ended. I'd like to actually print something, or not print something, but it could be printed or it could be painted that goes on the upholstery that they could sit on. So we could think about doing some, like, I don't know, Victorian-inspired wallpaper kind of design for the fabric that we could upholster. We could have more fabric elements. We can have the back be canvas, stretch over the form. We can make imagery that's on the drapery that creates the roof of the structure. And then we have these side panels for something to be painted on too. And so we need to work on kind of a shared vision for what this thing looks like, so it doesn't look like a hodgepodge of imagery. And I think that takes some teamwork, and it takes a collective kind of mindset to do that. But I think it could be really spectacular. So, questions about this? What do you think about this?
So they're doing a photo shoot with the couple tonight.
Yeah.
Will you send us those pictures?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'd be a good reference.
Probably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a PowerPoint created from the inspiration stuff from Dropbox.
Okay.
And then we'll add those to it, so we'll actually be able to just go through and see all the images we're going to work from, and just be able to brainstorm with those and see them as a class too. So.
Cool. And we also have.
Maria? Wait, okay. No.
We have these 3 pedestals built. We have 2 more back there, but we have these 3 pedestals built. They're going to serve as stands for our candelabras. We might build more, but right now we have 3. And so this could also have either printed imagery or painted imagery on it. And I think the thing that we need to decide in the next week, me, Jason, Shayla, and Andy, is what elements do each group want to be responsible for and how to run with that. But I think we could kind of have a conversation about the elements of this and how you break it down. So like this could be one painting, this could be one painting, that could be one painting, this could be one painting, the upholstery could be one painting, the back can be one painting, etc. And we can break it down and you could sign up to do what you want. But the thing is that I think as a class, you guys will have to share your ideas together and make sure they gel.
You probably have to share a palette as well.
And the palette is decided actually. The palette is black, white, with accents of red, gold, and silver. That doesn't mean that there can't be, greens to make your black, and it doesn't, but we're shooting for that as an overall, overarching kind of like palette for the project.
Maria?
Yeah.
I'm just like looking at these over here.
Yeah.
And I was wondering like where they're gonna go, because like if they're like on top of the part that we're gonna paint, like it'd just be like we need to know.
Oh no, that's a good point. So let me borrow it. They're not.
Beautiful.
And we can use them for anything that we create for the project. They don't have to go on the palanquin. But one of our students was getting paid to clean out like an old wood shop. She ran across these things and she was telling me about them, and I'm like, oh, they would be really fun for our project, and maybe we can use them to decorate some of the elements so it even has like a more ornate sort of Victorian feel. So currently these aren't going on anything, but Maria asked you a really good question, because if we do put them on something, we need to communicate with you guys so you can factor that in to what you're creating. Right now they don't have a current home, but I imagine they'll be incorporated somewhere into the project, not necessarily on the top. And if we want a painting on the front of it, then we'll have a painting on the front.
And
Yeah.
like what specific eras are we focusing on? Because like I know that you guys said like Viking inspired and like Victorian inspired, but like if I want to do research, or if we all want to do research, like what era are we researching?
imagery, which is a strange matchup, really, but I think an interesting one. And so you can look up the Victorian era. You can look into Viking culture, Nordic symbols. What's that?
And I have runes.
Runes? Oh yeah. Yeah. That sounds great. That's right up that's perfect in line
Rooms?
with the ruins.
Oh, ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
R-U-N-E-S.
Ruins.
R-U-N-E-S.
It's like a magic talisman rune. Like they're like it's a symbol.
Oh no, that's not what I thought you
They're
asked.
on alphabet. They're
Yes, exactly.
okay, cool.
And actually, one of my other students was doing something with that too for the branding irons that we made. I think I showed you those, right? In the image. And can you pass me that finial? Thanks. We are creating some
Good throw.
objects like this that we can attach to like the palanquin poles, and so things are going to get more ornate, more intricate.
As far as paint goes, what should we paint in? Because like oil paint is slow drying. I feel like acrylic might be more water resilient. Do you guys have a preference, or like should we have a
I think that's
discussion
up to
about that?
We can alter mediums to get the oil to dry fast if we need to.
Okay.
We could
so
start with acrylic and touch with oil, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. No house paint, please. I don't want stuff falling apart by the time it gets there.
Yeah.
So.
Now we might use house paint on elements like, if we don't wrap this with print, which I actually hope we do wrap it with print or some sort of fabric that you paint. If we don't, like, because we run out of time and we don't get all the elements. I mean, I want to dream really big and create really big and create until we fill and expand the envelope. But then, the things that, if they don't get it, then they'll get like a coat of black paint and they'll blend with everything else that we have going on. If that makes sense. Other questions?
Well, so that maybe something like silver or gold leaf trim on that.
That looks sweet. That looks sweet.
Then
Do you want to help with that?
Well, Painting 2 knows how to gold leaf if you had that class, so.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. If you see something that you want to do, or you have an inspiration, you're fired up about something, I am down to figure it out. Like, that's what the project's supposed to be about. So, yes. That'd be nice. That'd be great.
I mean, like, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of delegate a lot of the jobs. So you might have a side job. And you're doing a lot of gold leafing now, so if you're up for that, it could be less on one thing and then you would be in charge of that too. We're probably going to have to meet separate to kind of flesh out some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we doing about materials like paint? Like are we like buying them as a class, or like are we all using our own?
Budget.
I've asked Jason about that, but I'm not sure what the answer is.
So,
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
okay, let me just